What's up, guys? I'm trying to get some things set up here and ready to go so that we can start talking about how to set this up. So if you come over here, you'll see that I've got my XD pulled up. This is for the development of a squeeze page for my website. I got my coffee going this morning. So this is, first I started here with my initial wireframe, very lo-fi. This came from a sketch that I just did in my notebook real quick. Just shows where, you know, this would be the logo, this would be a form. Just a place for me to scribble down some ideas, some thoughts. And then I refined it a little bit more and started making it look kind of how I wanted it. Put some copy in. Copy is important. Trying to make sure that it's all going to fit the way you want it to and where you need it to. And today I'm going to be working on creating a much more HIFI version. I've got my typography over here. I've got them already pulled into my character styles here. I've got my color palette, and I took a selection of colors out of that I like. You can see I've already got them pulled into my color swatches here. And I've got my logo right here. And actually, I need to go ahead and grab my full logo. So I'll just do that now. So I'll make another quick artboard. Grab this and put it on it. Actually, it looks like I haven't made that a I haven't PNG'd that yet. So bear with me, I'm gonna do that right now. I'll just do it for design real quick. Pop it open. And let's see where the hell it went. That should be it. Yep. So we'll have to delete that one. Check this one on. Make it a little bit bigger. And just to walk you guys through what I did there, I just exported the file and exported it as a PNG, and then brought it back in, and it makes it a fully responsive component, vector-based, that will scale and unscale the way that you need it to be able to do this stuff. So let's check and make sure the stream's still working. Looks like it. Okay, so As this is my first live stream, you guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit, but here's what we're going to do. We're just going to duplicate that. I hit Control D to duplicate. I'm going to zoom in, make sure that everybody's going to be able to see it. I hope you guys will be able to see that like that. And then, yeah, let's start making the magic here, huh? So we're going to delete this, and we'll come all the way back out. And we'll grab a copy of this and move it over. Also, we'll go ahead and rename this HIFI Draft 1. Really, don't hit escape, hit enter. HIFI Draft 1. So this will resize a little bit. Also, you can hit Control Shift quote, and that will bring up your grid. I always make sure that my grid, when you set up your grid, you set up your grid for layout rather than square. It'll give you columns. You can change your column color there. Set it up for 12. And then with the math done the way that it is, this grid is set up because this board is 1920. You can see that here. It's 1920 pixels wide. I like to set up my grid so that it's no wider than 1440. Just because when you get on really wide screens, the problem is that it feels like you're getting bombarded. As if you narrow it down a little bit and you leave some of that white space, it's a whole lot easier to deal with. So the width is at 1920, and the layout is there's 12 columns. And right here you can set your left and right margins. So there's the linked left and right margins, and here's the different margins for each side. So I made sure to click the linked left and right, and then here I can just show you real quick with the calculator. 1920 minus 1440 is 480. So 480 divided by 2 is 240. So if I plug that in, you see it doesn't like it. It's not quite right between the two sides. So if you link the two sides, it drops it to 242. And then the column width automatically gets set with that. And the gutter width you can change. I like a 16 pixel gutter width. That was a really long explanation, but anyway, we'll make sure that these are matched up to the guides the right way. And then let's think about a header a little bit. Relevant software created for you. I like that. That's not bad. Let's make sure. Let's see what that does. Oh, we need to make sure that it's a double line, which it is. Created for you. We'll size this back down. And let's bring it over here. So no, let's take it back over here. I like this better. Let's get this taken down out of the way, and then I'm going to start using some of the colors from my palette a little bit. There we go. I like I think I'm going to change this to simply built for you, with you. That's catchy, right? Put that over there. So I'm just hitting my keyboard shortcut for that to drop the grids back out. And again, that is just Control Shift or Command Shift quote. On the other hand, if you just hit Control Quote, it brings up your grid. So that's good to know. This line, I think, let's leave that for right now. So this picture, let's, I'm sure there's a better way to do this than what I'm about to do, but so you can see I've got these components over here. These are my wireframe components. I'm going to ungroup this component, and then I want to grab that and delete the lines in the middle, and then I'm going to hit Control I for import. Just kidding, Control Shift I for import. Let's just go to my pictures, random pictures. Nope. Blog pictures, that'll work. So let's drag. Oh, because it's an import, so let me do my file explorer rather. Okay, so that's good to know. If you try to import, then you can't drag and drop. Let's go to pictures, we'll go to blog pictures, we'll grab this one, we'll drag it in. Now if you noticed, I just drug that straight into the spot that I wanted it to cover, and it automatically covers. If I double click, then I can change what area of the picture is being shown in the box and what's being covered in the box. XD is very smart. It does a lot of stuff for you. It's really cool. So now that that's done, let's see. This can be, let's fill this box in with some of our colors here. I like that, which means that we're going to have to take this to black. Kind of needed it a little bit darker. I like that though. Maybe a little bit darker. There we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that to my palette. I'll drag it down here into the monochromatics. So it's kind of looking like, see, this is transparent. We've got some of the that showing through. So let's take this, and I'm going to draw another rectangle right over the top of it, and you'll see why here in a minute. I'm going to take the fill to 0 to black it out, and then if you hit the number keys with your box selected, with whatever element selected that you're looking for, if you hit the number keys, it changes your opacity. So if I hit 1, it goes to 10. If I hit 2, it goes to 20, 3 to 30, on up to 0 would be completely opaque. So we want to change that. I'm gonna go with let's go with 10. 10 looks pretty good. Okay, and then let's move that up a little bit. I kind of want this picture a little bigger. So here's, we'll hit Control Y to go over to my group here. And Okay, it looks like it's grabbing everything, so I'll hit Control G to group it. And now, if I move, there we go. If I move the whole thing, it should move. So let's resize this picture a little bit. We'll grab this. I'm going to hit Control end bracket, right bracket, to move that up to the top. And then I'm going to hit 0 to change that opacity to 100%. Make it completely opaque. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's grab this. Oh, and now that it's a group, you can't round out the corners, can you? Yep. You know, it's okay for right now. I think I like it. Let's move down. Next thing, so this is the this shows you, this is a marker to show you right at the bottom of where the viewer would be able to see. So if I hit this play button here, I'll be able to see it fills the screen to that line. So it's really good to be able to keep track of where you're working. So now for this video, I'm not going to put an actual video in, but what I'll do is I'll open up my file explorer here, and I'll find a picture, and maybe it'll be this picture, and I'll again just drag straight into the element and hit paste. Well, not hit paste, I just let go of it, and it's going to fill it in. So now if I change the size of this, drop it down a little bit, oops, this element, all right, U and U, I hit the shift key to grab them both together. I'm going to put it right in the middle, and I'm going to make this whole thing a group by hitting Control G. Okay, so now it's a group. Let's grab this, and we'll drag it down out of the way. And we'll grab this, and I'm just going to delete this call to action. We've got the reference right here for if I need to see what the heck I'm actually doing here. Let's move this down here, and we'll grab my pretty mug, move it down a little bit. Actually, let's make this look more like a play button. So let's Control Shift G to ungroup everything, and we'll move into it. Oh, that's way too much of me. Click outside, click, oh, Control G, Control Shift G, there we go. Let's see, this, we won't fill it. Let's bring the size of the border up, maybe to 8, 10, 10. And the play button. Border, do fill of that same color. Cool, that looks good. Let's group all them back up, Control G. And we'll zoom back out. Now it kind of looks like a video. Let's get a little bit more widescreen look at it. There we go. How's that look? Is that gonna do it? Grab this, and we'll try to match that up here. And let's get rid of this boilerplate text, and we'll try to write some actual copy here so that we can see what it'll actually look like. Our process starts at the user level to determine priority and efficiencies. How do you spell? There we go. In the current system. This allows for maximum impact for minimum effort on your part. I never said I was a copywriter. Let's take this to Control-Shift-Y. That brings up your assets menu, and let's take that to body. Whoa, no, not body. Emphasis. Subtitle. There we go. I like subtitle. We'll bring line spacing up just a little bit. Let's go there, and we'll bring kerning up a little bit. Well, now I did it. And then let's shift this in. Okay. So that's done. Let's bring the spacing down a little bit, and we'll pop out our grid. Make sure that we hit our grid. Let's see, we could move. Yeah, I like that there. Kind of like that. Need to bring this down a little bit. I am going to go ahead and use emphasis, which is my emphasis text level. You can see here all of the stuff on it. It's Nunito Sans, and I use this tool called. Let me grab a new window here. Oh, opened up over here. We'll bring it over, and I use this tool called Typescale. Typescale. Okay. Typescale gives you. Well, I used to be a musician, and so they use these harmonics, the harmonic measurements, which is really cool, to grab your different scalings. So this major second, minor third, major third. So I believe that this that I used my base size at 18 pixels and minor third, I believe, or major third. I don't remember. And pop-ins, I did not use pop-ins. I used news cycle 700 for the headers, and then over here on, once you open up this window, it shows you your body font. The body font I used was Nunito Sans. Nunito Sans? I thought it was Nunito Sans MT or something. I did never write it down. No, it's Nunito Sans. It says it right there. Oh, stick with me, guys. It's early. It's early, and I've been talking instead of drinking my coffee. Let's make sure the stream's looking good here. It looks like it's all working good. I hope so. So I will use the emphasis text on here. Bring that down a little bit. Bring this down. Check that out. That fits together pretty nice. So let's put that there maybe. Ooh, look at this. Okay, that's looking a little better. I'm gonna hit Control-Shift-G, ungroup that. I'm gonna grab this and this, like that, and try to get it centered up. I'm not entirely sure why it didn't center. Where's the center? Maybe I'm crazy. There it is. Okay. Hit escape, regroup that so that when I move it, I'll be able to move it. Turn the grid back on. Now you can see over here we need this, we're kind of redesigning this a little bit. We need this call to action button. So let's make a button. You know what? I'm not going to use the grid. We'll hit the rectangle and we'll draw out a box. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it some round the corners. Now, if you zoom in, you can see you can, whoa, I don't know what's happening now. Okay, you can take those corners in and out however much you want. If you want more of a square box, or if you want more of an oval pill shape, let's do an actual box. Let's do a box. Let's do rounded corners like that. Let's see. No fill. Border. We'll make the border. Let's try this color a little bit. Oops. We'll grab it. I'm going to take this up maybe about 3. And let's see about a little bit of a shadow. Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, but because there's no fill, okay, I see what's going to happen here. Because there's no fill, you can see this edge's shadow here. I think you can see that. Like you're looking through the middle of the button. I don't really like that. So we're going to turn the shadow back off. Not the border, the shadow. All right, and then we'll hit T for our text tool. And we'll say, let's go with caps. Find out more. Yeah, find out more. That works. We'll take the size down. Actually, we'll go ahead and hit body. We'll get rid of our text tool. Make sure it's all centered. Change the color. Same color, check that out. Nice little button. So if you grab and you hit Alt or Option and drag from the sides, it's going to resize both of them at the same time, which makes sure it stays centered. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's grab Alt, do that. We'll grab this and we'll make this emphasis. And we'll change the color again. There. Okay. Center. Thank you. Okay, we'll group that. Now, I know that we're going to need more buttons like this. So what we'll do, I'm trying to figure out spacing here. I like that. Let's zoom out and look at it. Yeah. So one thing we can do real quick is we can go ahead and make this a component. So we'll hit Control K. Sorry, I guess it would help if I did it while it was selected. Control K, and you can tell, see this right here? This little diamond means that it is the master component. So if I make changes to the master component, it grabs all the other components that have been made off of that. See, I'll show you here. If I hit Control D, drag it out, the filled in diamond is the master component, and these are different. So if I change anything on the is it just color? Yeah, okay. So it's color and stuff like that. It will auto-populate through the rest of the components, which is pretty cool. That way you only have to do it once. So, reason being that I'm showing you all of this, so you can come up to this component over here on your right side menu, and you can see here where it says default state. You can add a new state like hover. It's already got hover figured out, which is really good. So you can click hover state, and now while you have this hover state selected, any changes that you make, so we'll grab this component and we'll say the fill, we'll click fill. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Oh boy. But see, if I ungroup, then it deletes the component. Okay, so let's try this one more time. I'm going to take this back, get rid of that weird ass border. Here we've got, I don't want there to be any fill. Okay, let's try this again. We'll make this a component. Now we'll go to the hover state of that component. And while we're here, I have no idea. I did it before. I just don't know what I did. It's pretty cool, actually. See, now we're getting this weird border back again. Oh, okay, that's why. Got to double click on it. Genius. We'll get rid of that dang border. Okay, so the fill's there. So what we're going to do is we'll click this outside piece. We'll fill it with orange. And we'll click the text, and that'll be white. And we'll give it a shadow. Maybe. Three and three. Let's make it more drastic. 6, 6. Okay. So now that was a really long process to go through that, but now you can see if you go back and forth from the default state to the hover state, it does all that for you. Reason why that's cool is because if I hit play, and it brings us into this preview, and that makes it work. And actually you can tell there's a little glitch there with the shadow, but that's something we might be able to fix later. But anyway, we're going to move on. I can tell this button needs to be brought down and evened up with this a little bit, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then let's work on this feature section really fast. Let's make sure this is an H1, or H2 works, I guess. What do I want? H1? I kind of want an H1. Let's stick with our, whoa, sorry guys, let's stick with our convention here of using this red. So we'll come back down, and we'll make this our red color. It was that one, right? Yeah. And we'll bring that up, kind of like so. Let's, on this, we'll get rid of the border. Let's change some colors here. Let's try for, here, let's do something. Let's do something a little bit different. We'll come up here and we'll go to a gradient. Let's see, this side's gonna be white. That side's gonna be, oh, whoops, that side's white. Grab that one. That one's gonna be this color. Sorry, you can hear my dog drinking in the background. This one's gonna be this color. This one's gonna be this color. This one's gonna be back to white. Hey, okay, check that out. Bring that down. Bring that down. And then what we can do is, while that's open like that, we can stretch or narrow this. To make it as long or short as we want. Actually, let's just get rid of that one. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Again, we'll get rid of that. You know, and I think we might just stay rid of that because this whole thing, you can tell, is starting to look very clean. There's a lot of white space. The white space is starting to work with us. And that's going to be huge. So I think we're just going to leave that like that. So what we'll do is I will ungroup this component, get rid of that line, and oops, and that line. Let's grab another picture from our file finder, which was clear over there. Oh, and we've got a baby on the way, so that's pretty cool. She's a little girl. I'm gonna be just as much of a spitfire as her mom. I'm kind of scared. That feature section looks like it lines up there good. Let's actually call it something more, huh? Let's call it, forgot I had caps lock on, strategy. So somehow my names got mixed up here. This one is wider spacing, this one is just typical H1. I don't know what happened there. Let's go there. I mean, I know what happened there. I'm an idiot. I'm going to just grab some text here, and I will put it right here. Can I? Can I? And I'll make it body. Body. We'll make it multi-line, and then we'll grab onto this handle. We'll hit Alt or Option. We'll drag it in a bunch because that's a lot. Alt, and we can drag it down at the same time too. Get rid of the text tool. We'll drag this sucker over here. Let's grab those. Need to make sure that this is in. Okay. I'm kind of liking that. Let me show you another really cool thing about populating data in XD. You can hit this repeat grid and drag this down. I want 2 paragraphs. I want a lot of spacing in between. So just to show you guys what I did there. My wife's sneezing in the basement. You click on it. You hit repeat grid over here on this right hand side, or you can hit Control R, and that will give you these green handles. And you can either repeat it this way or repeat it down this way. Once you've got 2 there, I only want 2. You can keep going as far as you want. I only want 2, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll grab this this pink bar in the middle here. Will let you open that up. We'll change spacing a little bit. That's pretty cool. And I want that one. Let's run that in. Cool. I don't know. Get rid of the border. Maybe give this some shadow. I'm living in the 2000s, you know, and it's just, that's where my best life is. It's in the 2000s with lots of drop shadow. Hell, let's do 10. Because why not? We like shadow around here. And then with the footer, we'll change this footer around a little bit. I like when you have these. So if you see, you grab this handle and it pulls all 4 of them at the same time. You can change that by coming over here and clicking on your individual button, or I believe you can also hit Alt or Option, and it just changes the one. You can take these all the way back out, take this one all the way back out, and then the top 2, let's go with 80. Okay. I'm going to go back to my main theme color here of blue. I like that better. And then maybe I'll do a let's grab another one of my logos here. Actually, let's grab the white one. We'll drag that over. Be careful not to double click. That was my bad. File picker. Where is it? It's in SnowDev, it's in web design, it's in SnowDev logo, it's in white. Let's do that. Check that out. It's so cool, that drag and drop. And we'll put that in there, we'll zoom in. We'll take it down, let's make it, what do we think? Maybe, let's make it 95. Boom. Oh no, 95 might be small. We'll see though. And then we need some more logos, so let's go into plugins. I've got this Icons for Design plugin. If you don't know how to use plugins, you can click, I believe, in the file area. Come on, thank you. Come down to plugins, discover plugins, and then you can just search for whatever you're looking for. Search for icons, and it's going to bring up, here, hit enter, and it's going to bring up all these icons. I like this Icons for Design, it's got some really good ones. So let's go with Facebook. Yeah, we'll use that one. We'll use that one. I don't know why it drops them all the way the heck over there. So what I do is I lock the aspect ratio, and then I know that I want it the same height as my logo there, which is 95. So I'm going to just grab that and hit 95. We'll take the fill to white, and we'll line it up. Then we'll do the same thing for Twitter. Say good morning, baby. You're on YouTube. And it did a wonderful job of dropping it nowhere near where I needed it. So we will. I do hope that they figure that out eventually. Oh, you know what? And I resized it. Let's jump back out here. We'll Control Z a couple of times. We'll zoom back in. We'll make sure and lock the aspect ratio. That's important because it's really hard for me anyway to get back to where there. Sorry guys. So we'll take it down to 95. We'll make it white. We'll put it in. Now when we zoom in, there we go. It'll tell us how far we are away. And maybe let's do one more. We'll do one for Instagram. There's one for Instagram. Threw it way over there. Lock the aspect. Take it to 95. Make it white. Grab it, drag it, bring it, get over here. Boom. Check that out. So I don't know if you can do a repeat grid, say with like this, where you grab it and you make it a repeat. And then I know that you can drag and drop stuff over the top of it, but I wonder if you had logos, if you had a file full of logos, if you could grab and drag and drop on top of that repeat grid. I think you could, and it would auto-populate, because that's the way repeat grid works. It's really cool. I don't know though. So let's go with something like office hours. Actually, let's call it, we'll go Snow Development Solutions LLC. Control Shift Y. Nope. Control Y. Control Shift Y. Yep. To get to these, I want body small. Get rid of the text tool. Line him up right there. Then we'll say maybe select him and hit text and hit office hours. Not entirely sure. I know there's a way. I'll center him. We'll repeat grid. Actually, no, we won't. We'll just. Let me see if you click that and then hit T. No, it still doesn't do it. I'm not entirely sure why it does that. Maybe do you have to drag? No? As soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know, or maybe one of you guys can let me know in the comments. Let's go website. Let's just type it out. Okay, we'll hit body small. And drag that right there. And then let's see if there's one more. Let's go phone number, right? Body small. Make sure it's centered up with the group. Okay, and then I'm going to grab, Control Z. I'm going to grab all of these, and then I'll hit Shift and deselect those. And I will make this a repeat grid. And I think I want, do I just want two of them? I think so. We'll space them out like that, just to show. Just to show what it would look like with text in it. So yeah, there's, I mean, just a quick, that was a quick throw together draft, but if we bring up this, then you can see this is what it'll look like. I did go a little bit different. You know what? Let's change this color. We don't have anything in here that is black. So let's grab that and we'll make it orange. Hey, okay, that's kind of cool. What I was trying to show you is that if you grab this, wow, sorry, my computer's being a little laggy. We just kind of made a quick overview of what this looks like. Now we can start really refining and really making some changes to it, but at least we've got a small layout. I did do this before, so this is actually, I'll pull that, I'll delete that now, and I was using, because I have already done it, whoa, I was using this, that as a reference. Sorry, I was using this board. I'm trying to do too many things at once. Don't mind my OCD here. So I was using this board as a reference, and we completely didn't talk about using my logos as watermarks on the back side of the board. But this is what I actually came up with. You can tell it's a little bit longer, just to save you guys the problem of watching me all the way through it. I figured I'd just do this, but yeah, this is just my quick throw together so that you can kind of see how everything had worked together. I really, really like clean UIs, and this is definitely a very clean UI. This makes it, this really uses white space to interact with the user a little bit. Yeah, and then you can kind of see what I had going down here on the bottom. And I think that's everything. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. And if I did, I hope that you at least got something out of it. I hope that I could help somebody figuring out XD, because there's definitely a lot of stuff that it can do. And sorry, I'm multitasking again here. There we go. There's definitely a lot of stuff that it can do. It is very, it's a very innovative tool that once you get the hang of it, it's very user friendly, but the learning curve is just, I mean, a little steep. So it's not bad. But anyway, I hope you guys learned something. If there's something that I got completely wrong, feel free to throw it in the comments. I'm still learning. The whole point of this is so that we can kind of learn together a little bit. And I'm just here to share some of the stuff that I've picked up, and you know, I hope it helps somebody out. So you guys have a great day. It's Sunday. Get out there, enjoy the nice weather, and I will see you next time. Thanks.